So tell me about your film.
Our film is called The Naturalist. It's a gay-themed sci-fi. It's a love triangle between a gay couple and a femme fatale, played by Alina Chenault, who is trying to break them apart using genetic modification. It's set in a dystopian sci-fi future.
Oh, wow. That sounds really interesting. What made you come up with that idea?
I guess, the biggest thing for me was, sometimes I think, being limited to just asexuality or sexuality in general, it's hard because, or a specific gender, because I find, I love very many people, and, sometimes I wish we could be honest as a society and say, who do we really want to be with regardless of, gender or those sorts of things. So it just got me thinking, and that's how I came up with the concept.
Mm-hmm. And now, how did you get involved in the film?
We were friends from NYU. I was in the English department, he was in the film department, and he sent me his script just to kind of get my general feedback and opinions on it, and I completely fell in love with this character and kind of insinuated that I would want to do it even though I had no acting experience. And then he said that he actually wanted me to audition, and then I owe the whole performance to his coaching and all of our rehearsals and everything.
What was it like auditioning your friend?
It was tough because it's like, with any, you have to have that professional distance. You have to say, at the end of the day, I think you really could do this. And I obviously had a hidden agenda when I sent her the script, but, it was...
I freaked out at the first audition.
Yeah, it's tough. There are nerves, and you have to be, it's definitely a process. And, but, I think I genuinely did want Alina's comments and perspective on the script, because she's a smart person. She studied film, and I just always had seen her and always thought, this girl needs to be on screen. Like, there's no question. So.
Now, have you caught the acting bug? Now, are you auditioning for more things?
Yes, I've done a couple of other projects in the past year. I was a featured extra on Girls, and I'm about to start filming an independent feature where I play one of the lead roles.
Oh, very cool. So now, would you say this film sparked your interest in acting? Do you think it's something you would have pursued anyway down the line?
I think the interest was there, but this definitely gave me the opportunity and the outlet, and it was, a little bit safer because it was with a friend, and it wasn't completely just me going out on my own and deciding I was going to try this new thing. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And now, what do you hope people get from this movie, from your movie?
I think that the movie, it suggests a lot, but I think that with that concept, it's a short film, but it's a very big concept, and there's a lot more that needs to be said and that I want to say, and that the whole cast and crew and everyone who worked on it, maybe not with this project, but, with future projects, I think the biggest thing about this film is that it shows that there was so much talent in the acting and in the wardrobe. The craft on this film is really just out of this world, and I just want, people to take away from it that, maybe there could be something more coming from the many collective voices that worked on this film.
Do you think you'll turn it into a feature down the line?
That was always my initial intention, and after it's been about 2 years working on this, and it's hard devoting something 2 years of your life, and then what would the commitment be for a feature film?
Right.
I don't know, but and there are many stories I want to tell in my life, but I think that everyone I worked with, Alina including, we're dying to get together another project and a feature, and maybe even explore the same themes of that, that ability to love beyond sexuality, beyond gender. I think there's so many stories that can come out of that, and I would love to, have that be a recurring theme in my body of work for sure.
Yeah. Wow, that sounds really great. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.